Let's see another medium level leet code problem. That's the longest consecutive sequence. So in this problem, we need to find out longest consecutive sequence with order of n time complexity. If you see this in this number, like 1, then next of the 1 is 2, next of the 2 is 3, and next of 3 is 4. So that is the longest consecutive sequence. That's count is 4, and we want to return the count. For the 100, the count is 1. There is no 101 or 102. For 200, there is no 201 or 202. So that's count is 1, this count is 1, and for this one it's a count is 4, and that's what we want to return. So that's the longest consecutive sequence. It seems very easy. If you sort this number 1 2 3 4 and then 100 200, then it's very easy to count the max. We can iterate from the beginning and maintain the small temp variable, and we also maintain the max. And as soon as we see the different number, again reset the temp variable and again check with the max. So that's the easy. But here we see a condition, like this is on unsorted number, this is not a sorted. But if you do the sorting, then it will be again log n. Sorting is always log n, so it's like n log n. So the whole solution will come in a n log n, but we do not want log n. That's additional complexity. We just need this to be solved with a order of n. So what is the way to solve this? Another way, we can use min heap. So if you use the min heap, what we can do, we can create a min heap with n log n of time. And in a min heap, if we get the item one by one, that is always a constant, like the order of 1. That's a constant time. So from the min heap, when you get the item, it will always come in a sorted way. We can get the 1, then 2, then 3, 4, and then 100 and 200. So that's the another way we can do. But how we can use the min heap? So if you see one of my previous video, that is Leetcode hand of states, here I have shown you how to create the min heap. So we have to create this variable. We need to import container heap, and the len, and we need to implement this 5 function, len, length, swap, push, and pop. And this condition decide whether it's a min heap or max heap. If it's less than, this is a min heap, greater than max heap. So anyway, if you watch this video, or if you do this thing, you can create the min heap, and then you can use one for loop. You can do that. We see the another way, third way of doing this. We'll use the map, and in the map, in the first iteration, first pass, we store all the items in a map, and then in the second iteration, we need to check whether each number is the starting point in a sequence or not. Like if you see in this number, 100 is a starting point of the sequence, because there is no previous number here. There's a one number, but it's a starting point in this sequence, like we say the consecutive sequence. For the 4, there is a previous number exists 3, so we'll not consider this. 200, there is no previous item, that's a starting point. For the 1, there is a starting point. So if you see there is a 1 exists, so that's a starting point in the sequence. We'll check this next number. So next number 2 exists, counter 2. Again, the next number 3 exists, counter 3. Next number 4 exists, counter 4. So we'll use this logic. We'll first in the second pass, we'll check if the previous number exists or not. For 100, previous number not exists, then we'll go and we'll check next number exists. Okay, no, counter is 1, max counter is also 1. For the 4, previous number exists 3, we'll just continue, we'll not do anything, because we know this is not the starting point in this consecutive sequence. For the 200, okay, that's a starting point, but count is 1. For the 1, That's the starting point. There is no 0. Then we'll check the 2, 3 and 4, and that's the what we want to return. Let's see the solution. I'll create the map. Type is int, and this is actually I'm going to utilize this map as a set, so I do not want the value, so I'm going to create the empty struct here. Run. I will traverse this nums, and then put the one by one item in a map. So map p and then struct. We'll make another iteration for p, and here we'll check for the 100. Like if we get the 100, then we'll check the previous item exists or not. So the okay, and then m v minus 1. If the so if the previous item exists, so that means that's not a starting point in a sequence, then we'll just continue. So if okay, the previous item exists, then just continue. But in case if the for 100 its previous item is not exist, then we need a count. So count is equal to 0. We need one function to find the max. So func max ab int if a greater than b, return a, otherwise return b. So if this is a starting point, then we need to check what is the next number, 100, 101, 102. So that we need to check. So for that we need a loop again here, and I can say the next value. So let's say next value, just put the v, and then I'll increase this number here plus plus. So next value is 101. In the first number, I'll check if map inside the map. Okay, next val, if okay next val exists, then we'll see the count plus plus. But in the case of 100 0 1 not exists, then we'll come to the else portion, and then we'll check which one is the max. So max count, I need to maintain a variable here, max count. So first time I'll just put 0 in a max count, and the else portion we can use the function max, and we can say okay, max count is equal to max count and count, and then break from this loop. So for the 100 it will come to the else portion, and the max value is 1. For the 4 it will check the 4, like 3 previous item exist, s, then continue, go to the 200, count is 1, next value 201 here, and then 201 doesn't exist, go to the else, max count is still 1, go to the 1, and in a 1 previous item doesn't exist, come to this place. I will check for the next value 2 exists, come to this place, count plus plus. For 3 also exists, count plus plus. 4 also exists, count plus plus. 5, come to the else, and then that's the max count is 4, come out, and then return this max count. So return max count. So let's run this. range. We forgot the range. Run it again. Here also. We need a map to create the map, not int. So map int. This is the way. Run it. Oh no, we do not need comma also. Next val. This is a new variable. Why? Output is 3. For next, let's check why it's saying for the 100. Just dry run this. We'll put all the number inside this map, and then in this loop we iterate the one by one the number 100 comes, and we'll check the 99. If a 99 exists, then continue, because that's not the starting point. Otherwise count is 1. Yes, you need to say the count is 1 here. And the first time any number comes, that's count 1. Okay, run it now. Accept it, submit. Okay, we'll see the Java solution. For the Java solution, we have added the same logic. It created the map, and in the map we added all the item one by one. Here the max count is 0. In this for loop, we're checking count 1 next value, and we're checking the next previous value. If the previous value exists, continue. Otherwise, come to this place, check +1, and then count ++. So this is the Java solution for the same problem. That's all for this. Thank you.